First we go and create a new project. We're going to select the namespace, in this case testing, and we're going to have a form name. We're going to have the data form with navgrid. We now have a form1.vb, which contains a write pane and the data navigator embedded into the form. Just need to resize the form a bit to fit it into the screen. First thing I will do is to go and select a data object. We have to configure that, and we're going to select a view called groups or system groups. We're going to have group ID, description, and owner. The unique table name is for setting which table you're going to store the data into. In some cases, for example arvivs, we can have several tables to select between. Then we're going to connect the data object to the grid, delete some columns. In this test case we're only going to have group ID as column in the nav grid. Then we go to the data navigator and select the data source. And the next thing to do is going to add a grid. Then we select a panel from toolbox and we go to the property grid and dock it at the top of the form. And the grid we're going to dock as well in the center of the form. And we have to bring it to front in order to get the grid in place. Okay, now we're going to add some fields to the master section. We have this show field list functionality. We're going to select group ID, description, and owner, and insert the controls. Since we have a panel now, it's behind the panel, so here I have to send that the panel to the back. And as you see, we now have group ID, description, and owner. Then we're going to have a data object, new data object for the detail, and we're going to configure that with or use the group's members in the detail, and we're just going to have the login. To link this table to the master data source, we need to go to the master child link tab, select the system groups view, and add the prim key to the master link field and also the group ref to the child link field. We then go to grid and select the detail data source, groups members, remove the prim key field, and in order to get a better look, we're going to just set the auto column width on the view, the grid view, to false. So you can see that the column looks a bit better when it has a more reasonable width. And now we have a master detail application up and running. And as you might noticed, we didn't write any code. Just to demonstrate, I'm going to do some filtering to show you that it works. And just filtering for test, and you see that it works. Thank you for listening.